Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am here with another plan with me. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it's been a minute since I've been on the channel. We got some things to catch up on, all of that jazz. But first, I'm gonna try and really remember to do this year. This is what this last week has turned out to look like. I've been sick since just before New Year's, got some what probably was the flu or something, knocked me out. So a lot of this was just spending time in bed, and here we are on the 7th, and I don't feel the cough down in my chest anymore. It's really up in my upper respiratory area and just a little bit in my throat. So I'm really, really excited. But I had this kit done a couple of years ago, and I've kept forgetting to do it for our anniversary, and I remembered because we celebrated our 17th year together, being married, both Steve and I, of course. Yeah, and I have my water off to the side, so if I have to like stop and take a little drink to make sure I don't go into a coughing fit, that's what you're gonna hear. We just keep things real around here. That's all it is. So, but then back in Black Friday, I did a whole spread with the freebies that you got, so I already have next week planned, which I'm super grateful for, because I really don't want to be filming on Saturday for the upcoming week. That's what I don't want to be doing. So we're going to jump into this one. This is January 16th through the 22nd. I don't live in a place that has beautiful snowy stuff like this, so we're going to live vicariously through my planner. All right, let's get started. So post Black Friday was immensely busy, so busy to the point that, I just failed at videos. I did not finish off the 52 weeks videos. I didn't, then obviously getting sick with whatever I had, I didn't finish spreads in like my main planner. So like the last 3 weeks of December just didn't happen. Trying to get subs out, trying to get I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit. Trying to get subs out, trying to finish up orders, get inventory done, because that's one of the reasons why we closed down for the last couple of weeks in December, so that we can count all the inventory, so that we don't have to worry about trying to do it during the craziness that is tax time. So we were busy doing that, and then obviously ended up getting sick. And there was just a couple of days that both Steve and I were just like, we don't want to do anything. We're so tired. We had been pulling late nights. Things were going crazy between getting to Taekwondo practices and all of the holiday stuff that just happens. We were just exhausted. So we just kind of wanted to have a couple of days to just breathe, which, I don't think that's such a bad thing. And then we finished inventory, and then the day after we finished inventory, I started to get sick. And I was like, no, it's just from the dust from from all the paper that we were counting, and it's just irritated me, and I'm just, stressed from all of that. And so I was really trying to be like, I'm not getting sick. And then by that evening, so I want to say that was the 30th, by that evening, I just could not stop coughing. And I was like, crap, I'm sick. And in the middle of the night, I ended up waking up with a fever. Nothing horrible, like not a huge fever. It was very much a low grade fever. So ended up with that, and it just kicked my butt. I just stayed in bed. I was so exhausted. I was so tired. The coughing was the worst of it all. And stuff. And I was like, you know what, let's take a COVID test just to make sure, and came back negative COVID. So, and then what was it, a day and a half after I got it, my daughter started showing symptoms of it, and I was like, no. And we really tried to keep everybody away as much as possible. But she succumbed to it. Boy, words are hard. She succumbed to it, and I was obviously patient 0. And then my youngest son got it. But as it went down the line between them, it shortened in duration. So he's all better, and she's getting better, and I still have the cough. So I'm like, okay, fine. So just trying to listen to my body, take it easy and stuff. I know it's easy. It's always easier said than done, because in this line of work, I mean, we have projects going on and stuff like that. And if I don't do it, who's going to? And I know it's easy for everybody to be like, oh, you know, take the time that you need for yourself and whatnot. But this not being able to do the things that I had planned really does take a toll on your whole just mental outlook, because you're like, I'm already feel like I'm behind, and now I'm getting even more behind. It's a whole thing, you guys. It's a whole thing. So, all right, I love this little guy right here. So I am going to put him up in this box right here. So once we'd closed down and got subs out and everything, I was like, okay, we need to get God, what's the word I'm looking for? The office cleaned up and organized. So we'd been talking about moving my desk around for a little bit. I would definitely like to add some more printers to the mix, and stuff. And I ended up having to buy new printers just before the end of the year, because the paper that I currently use, the formulation, sorry, I'm out of frame there for just a minute. The formulation the formulation changed again. And this time it actually has stripped the rubber on my printer rollers that go to pick up the paper. So it's having a very, very hard time picking up the paper. So we've been obviously having issues with this paper for a couple of years now. It's one of the most premium papers you can get out there. And I was like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? So I started sourcing new paper, and I am just waiting for my huge batch of paper to be delivered. I have maybe 1,500 sheets left of this stuff. We'll use it, but we are going to be switching over to a new premium paper. It's still the same type of feel. It still writes the same, still great color payoff, all that jazz. So like, I'm just changing paper suppliers. The paper is going to be very, very similar and the same, and whatnot. So, but I've done that because, one, I had finally gotten to a point where I'd figured out the settings that I could use and where my blades needed to be to ensure that we had very little miscuts. So I know that one of the things, like the lining of this paper is super thin, and the blade likes to go through and it likes to stick to the back. So when you go to sometimes pick one, these types of things up, it'll pull a little bit of the lining up, or sometimes a lot of the lining. It just depends. And that to me was super annoying, and I just was frustrated by it all. And I've been working with settings and over and over and over again, settings left and right. I think I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I think I'm gonna do pattern solid, that kind of jazz. What is that noise? My light to the left of me is making noise, and I can't tell why. Super weird. I hope it's not picking up. But, okay, so those two, and then I'll be able to put my to-do list. But I think that's what I'm going to do. I think that's what I'm going to do. Oh yeah, I really kind of like this. Much better. So yeah, all the drama of, you know, switching papers and stuff like that. But yeah, I've been diligently working. I mean, there's lots of times where the cuts just have been so bad because the paper is not what it used to be, and it fills my trash can. And this paper is not exactly cheap stuff. Okay, light, what are we doing? Sorry, I'm just gonna move the light just a little bit. Maybe that'll help it. So it's not exactly cheap paper. So it's not like I'm just frivolously throwing this out. It's like, can I make it salvageable and stuff? And that's just not fair to everybody. So we were just like, you know what, let's go ahead and switch this paper over. Let's look for more. And so for about 3-4 months now, we've been solidly looking for new paper and stuff. So I'm really excited because I did a lot of testing with it, and it came out, I would want to say it came out really, really great in like all the testing requirements. The cuts do a lot better. It feels like consistent all throughout, not all of a sudden having thickness where it shouldn't be. And so yeah, I'm really excited to have that bit of an upgrade on the paper. So yeah, because, you know, why not? I forgot that I zoomed in. So I switched up my entire filming area, and now instead of my camera coming off from this side, it's actually jutting out from this side. So I actually have to move everything in just a little bit to keep it into frame. And that has thrown me off just a little bit. You know, just when I start getting used to one thing, I go ahead and I just change it all up. That's just kind of how I roll. So yeah. And once I'm done filming, I'm going to check out what's going on with my light over here. It's just making this weird popping sound, but I think it's actually the lever underneath that tightens to my desk. I think it's that. Because where I'm hearing it is down lower towards the table. That's what I'm thinking it is, but who knows? We'll figure it out. So, but yeah, so that is pretty much, I think, what's going on. I mean, obviously we still have because every time I push up against the table, so I think it's that. Okay. We have the Year of Horror coming up for March, and that's super exciting. I'm really loving everything, how it looks and stuff, so I'm really excited about that. And then because being sick, it prevented me from doing a little bit of design work that I want to do. Now, I did attempt to try and get in a design, and it would just wipe me out. I mean, I would sit here, and even with the fan on me, I'd just be like getting like super hot flashes, and I was like, I just can't do this. So we just took it little by little, as much as we needed to, and did what was the important stuff. So like subs were pretty important, and making sure that those got up and that the reveal video happened. And so some stuff got pushed to the side. I did not have as many new releases as I wanted to for this first batch of releases. I did have, well, I did want, some kits to come out, and that didn't quite happen. So, you know, I mean, it kind of is, it just is what it is, and we're just gonna go with it. So I'm just gonna pick up where pretty much I left off and just go from there. I think that's probably the wisest thing to do. But I have created myself a design list and schedule for kits to come out, like when I want them to come out and stuff. So I'm pretty excited about that. I've got a lot of brown going on this page. That's okay. I'm fine with it. Kind of somewhat color coding, kind of somewhat not. So, but yeah, so I have that going, which I'm super excited for, and to keep to a design schedule. And I kind of want a little ham wild buying clip art during Black Friday. So we're gonna have a lot coming. I obviously have, you know, my artists that work for me, but then there's other art that's out there that I really like and that I really want to use. So I've got to get going on that. And one of the things that both Steve and I agreed on was that, one, when I decided to do reformats and stuff, that I was going to start getting the cut lines, changing the cut lines, because Steve is, which one do I want to use? I'll use the cute little bunny. So Steve is colorblind, and so one of the things that has prevented him from helping me do a lot of the cutting, because my cut lines still are, but were also red and green. And so I've changed them all over, and I'm going to start teaching him, especially when the new paper comes in, teaching him how to cut, and he's going to start helping take some of that off of my plate, which I'm really, really, really thankful for. So, because then that means like I could, and I think one of the first ones that we're going to train on is going to be subscriptions, because then I can come in and I can set up the cut settings, and then he can go ahead and get them loaded and press start and stuff. And then we'll start to branch out from there and start to give him more and more responsibility for that. But that way he's cutting subs, and while he's cutting subs, instead of me spending 2 to 3 days doing nothing but cutting subs, that can be him, and I can be doing some more designing and printing. So yeah, that is what we are looking at doing. So pretty darn excited. We still have planners in stock. Some unpunched ones went up the other day, so we have those, and then have to order more planner paper, and from there get some more planners stocked. So yeah, I mean, it's just maybe post-holiday season, but we are still very much just go. So, but yeah, so, okay, I'm gonna get this down, and then I'm gonna look for a matching sticky note from our functional sub to bring in here, because that's kind of what I want to do. So we're kind of looking for this more tanny color. and we'll figure it out. But yeah, so that's kind of the goals for this year. And then the other thing is teaching him how to do planner covers. So one of the things that I also wanted to get done over the holiday break was reformat our planner cover photos, our planner covers. And I wanted to, get our new logo on the planner covers and get some new ones out, but that just didn't happen. So that's still on my list to do, and to have a full release based on planner covers. I think the Avalon and Ninth and Shameless stickers, that's pretty darn close. They are not close of a match, but pretty darn close. And I'm gonna bring it down further anyways. So I think I'm gonna go for it. Nope, I'm shaking things around. And this is crooked. All get out. So we're gonna fix that crookedness. Okay, much better. Much better. Okay, yeah. Moving it kind of away from that color will help. So I am good with that. But yeah, so gotta get those. There's just so much to do. If anybody knows how to clone yourself, please let me know, because that would be extremely helpful. But yeah, definitely going to start giving Steve some more hands-on stuff. So yeah, definitely not quite. Even I can tell on the camera that they're two different shades, but that's okay. They're close enough. It's complementary is what I'm going to say. They are complementary to one another, and that is completely fine. Okay, so now we're going to do pattern. Okay. Here we go. Finish this up, and then we'll move to sidebar, and then we'll end this video, and I'm going to need to end this video and take just a little bit of a break, because I am just a little hoarse and definitely straining the voice. That I can tell. All right, so sidebar. How do I want to do the sidebar this year? I don't know how I want to do the sidebar. It's always been one of my hardest things is the sidebar. I know that we end up getting to it, but it's like I don't have like a solid, this is what I'm going to be doing and stuff. So, all right. Finish up. Let's see. I'm going to look back at this week's. Yeah. Okay. So I have one more of these. No. That's not what I'm going to use. Okay. I don't know what I'm going to use. That's the hardest part. I just don't know what I'm going to use. Come on. There we go. Okay, so, but yeah, because we don't have a winter down here, I have to live vicariously through my planner, and I kind of am definitely okay with that. Okay, so I have been loving listening to not only my podcasts, which, so I don't forget, because let's face it, I'm going to say it here, but then I will totally forget it. So I'm just going to go ahead and get my scripts going now so that I know what to track here. Okay. So I listen to my podcast, and I listen to my audiobooks. And I have thoroughly enjoyed doing that. I have a lot of audiobooks. I need to get a library card, and I need to start doing some ebooks, like rent audiobooks type stuff is what I need to do, because I'm definitely overtaking my Audible account for sure. I had 6 credits and I think I'm down to 2. So I've been very, very selective on books. And I'll have to show you guys my book planner set up. So I went ham wild with a shop and got my book planner stuff set up. So yeah, all right. And then I think then the other thing that we'll put down here is, let's see. I'm kind of thinking one of these, but I also want to use this as well. So I wonder if I need to take this out. What am I going to use it for? I don't know yet. But let's see. Let's put you down here. Yeah, there's no room for a glitter header, so we'll put the glitter header back, and we'll do this. And then it alternates for sure. Oh, I like it. I wasn't even planning on doing that, but I do like it, because then it goes solid pattern, solid pattern. Okay, perfect. I do like the way that has come out. So let's go ahead and zoom out just a little bit. And there we go. I'm thinking we still need the weekend banner. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and do our weekend banner. And then I'm thinking January's event, and this needs to be lifted up because I don't know why I sat it here. Don't ask me, but I am thinking of pulling the matching monthly kit, and using the rest of it and getting my month planned out, because I have so much going on here. So, and you know what? I'm all about using up the stickers that are in your stash. So, all right. So this will be the 16th through the 22nd. This is this upcoming week's stuff, and this is what this last week has turned out like, and I will go ahead and update this later. I gotta get through and get my character stickers. So yeah, other than that, you guys, I think this is it, and I think we're gonna call it good. So, all right, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me any comments down below. Make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye now.